Hello and welcome. Welcome back to the Sunday afternoon stream. Today is Sunday. Uh, Welcome. My name is Angela. It is Sunday, February 16th. I'm a software engineer and front-end developer in St. Paul, Minnesota. So glad to have you here. So today we are continuing our work on this mock-up. So I have this collection of mock-ups. I've had them for years. I think this is number 9 in this particular series. So if you go to the channel and look at the homepage, I think the home tab, the main tab on my channel, and scroll to the bottom, you'll see a bunch of playlists. This is the website blog playlist. This is, I guess, episode number 9, for lack of a better term. Every weekend, we just spend a few hours practicing our HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and my goal for 2025 is to build out these mockups that are just in my collection, kind of left over from my freelancing days. This particular mockup is called the Ocean, and I've had a lot of fun working on this. I started my career as a WordPress developer, so a lot of the mockups from those days are very blog focused. And, you know, WordPress is a blog platform. I mean, it's a content management system, but it started out as a blogging platform. But I think you'll see a recurring theme as we work our way through these mockups this year. And that's completely fine. I don't work in WordPress anymore. My preference is to just do front-end development. I love just building UIs, and I'm all about HTML, CSS, vanilla JavaScript. I do use Sass to write my CSS, but we have a few projects here where we write vanilla JavaScript as well. I think using Sass or less is fine. You still have to understand CSS to use those things. Yeah, so we're doing really well on this one. Yesterday was a marathon. I think I streamed for 3 hours yesterday. We got a lot done. Yesterday, the focus was on the mobile navigation and our search drawer. Yeah, our search drawer. So I do like that. Yeah, that is being hidden. That maybe isn't a bad idea to do it that way. So here's what we have on desktop. Oh, and we lost our focus. Did we lose our focus because I was clicking too much? That's interesting. Let's try that again. Yeah, where's our focus? The input should have focus immediately. Maybe it's because I clicked off. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why we lost focus there. So let's take a look at this on mobile. And you know, what we really should do also is push to, I haven't pushed to GitHub since yesterday, but do you see here we have, this is called focus trapping. So when this menu is open, if you're using your keyboard, if the user is using their keyboard to navigate through, or they're using a screen reader to navigate through, we want to trap the focus inside of this drawer. We don't want this drawer to remain open and have the focus continue through the document. So we spent a lot of time yesterday getting that right, and I am happy with the functionality. Same here for the search drawer. This is a little buggy, isn't it? Look at that. The search should be getting the focus, this input, as soon as the drawer is open. So clearly, wow, that needs some refinement. Clearly it's not getting focus. Is it because, there we go. Is it because I clicked to a different part of the document? That's what I'm wondering. That's going to need some refinement. Yeah, as soon as you, if this has focus, and I click to a different part of the document and open it again, okay, now it has focus again. Maybe because inside the drawer, if I click just in the header, we lose focus. That's interesting. I'm going to troubleshoot that a little bit. There, it's okay. All right, well, who knows? I don't know. I don't know why that's that's clearly very inconsistent. So, what I want to do today, I think today would be a good day to just refine some of these styles. The search drawer, the placement of the search drawer is entirely dependent on the size of the header. You can see there because the text is being dynamically sized based on the viewport width. You can see that the header, the height of the header is changing, and I am relying on knowing what the height of the header is in order for this drawer to be correctly lined up. So I was thinking about this morning, and I thought maybe I should just take control of the header. I think it's okay to dynamically size that text, but I think I'm going to have to just take control of the header and define a height if I'm going to rely on the height in order to position that drawer, is what I'm thinking. The other thing that you see here that we did is when the drawer is open, these icons go away. We changed the visibility of these icons. And the reason I did that is because I don't want, well, I mean, I made it so you could click the X or you could click the search icon to open and close the drawer. So it doesn't matter which one you click. I wondered if that would be confusing though. Although if they both work, why would that be confusing? I don't know. Really what I want is if the search drawer is open, I don't want the user to be able to also open the menu. So I'm hiding the search icon when the drawer is open because I don't want there to be a competition of which drawer is open, which drawer takes precedent, which drawer is on top of the other drawer. I want there to be one drawer at a time. So if one's open, the other one is not available. I think that that's a good way to handle that. But we obviously need to do some refining. So here it looks okay because the drawer opens and the hourglass remains underneath the drawer. And this is a pretty smooth transition. This not quite as smooth. So if we close that, and we are using some transition timings in a lot of different places. So I think we just need to nail that down and refine that. I think the first thing that I want to do is wrangle in this header and just make some decisions about the height of this header. I don't like to do that. That's not my first choice of things to do. But it seems kind of like a go big or go home moment. If I'm going to do it, I might as well just do it. So. Okay. So right now on desktop, our header, no, that's not the desktop view. Here's the desktop view. Oh, first things first, let's just deploy everything that we did yesterday. So git status, I normally deploy at the end of every day, but I didn't yesterday. So git add, git commit, and continue to style the search drawer and off canvas navigation. git push origin main. And let's actually take a peek at this in Firefox. Because I'm in, I tend to be a bit lazy when it comes to testing in multiple browsers, and I'm trying to get better about that. So while GitHub is deploying, let's see how things are working here. I mean, overall, I think things are looking really good. So let's tab through in Firefox and see how the functionality. Boy, wouldn't that be a kicker after yesterday? So far, so good. That's interesting. So the focus on a search and a link is a solid blue outline. The focus on a button appears to be a dotted line, like a soft gray dotted line. That's interesting. But this is working. This is working. Okay, so technically I just submitted the search. So let's try this again. Well, actually, let's pop her into mobile. Let's go back up. Okay, so here's search. I mean, this is doing what I wanted it to do, which I wanted to trap the focus inside the search drawer. So I'm good with that. Here's our navigation. Yeah, that's interesting. So in Firefox, links and inputs are have a blue outline, which says to me that Firefox is telling the user that there is that it's navigation or a form. I guess that's navigation or a form. Yeah. This is working. And Levantica Fane says hello and says the photo upload is hard. I'm not sure what you're referring to. The photo upload is hard. Are you talking about photo uploads on forms? I have done that a couple of times, and I can agree that it is a pain in the butt. I don't enjoy styling. Are you talking about styling or functionality? But I have to say, this is working as intended in Firefox. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. And then it goes all the way through the browser. Good grief. Too much. Too much. Okay, good. It's kind of a bummer to get this far along in your project and realize that what you built really doesn't work in the other browsers. So this is why. Well, okay, so let's talk about that. I mean, this is why understanding, having a really solid grasp of your sort of core foundational skills when it comes to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is so important. Yes, there are nuances in different browsers, but I think for the most part, if you have a solid grasp of these core foundational skills, you'll, for the most part, be okay. Um, and it's a process, right? It's a learning process. Every once in a while, you'll build something, you won't check it, and then you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out that you should have checked it. So, okay, so let's look in Chrome and see how things look. Here's our drawer. So iOS, you can't see it on the screen, but in iOS, maybe I can kind of show it to you. Can you see it there? The input is actually gray. So some things that you can't quite see on the screen here are a little different on an actual phone. One of the things that I noticed last weekend, I'll scroll down here, is we have borders around these sidebar elements. Like there is a border around this About Me newsletter latest posts. It's just not coming through on the screen. So if you're thinking that's broken, it's not. It's just not. We just don't see it here is all. So we also can't see, you can't see there's a border or a box shadow on the header, so you're not seeing that either. But it's here. It's definitely here. And then let's do, yeah, this works. And then we can't scroll the background, but we can scroll this inner container. So everything is working. And those two icons disappear, then they come back. All right, well, there we go. The Supreme Overlord is present. Thank you so much for joining us. We'd love to have you. And do me a favor. If you enjoy this type of content and you're not subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Give me a like so we can help push this video out. I appreciate you guys for doing that. Yeah. One of my goals for this year is to grow the channel, and I need to start getting better about asking people to like and subscribe. I just forget. That's really it. I just forget. Okay. Let's... So, I'm going to get this back to just 100%. So let's make some decisions about this header. I don't think on desktop it's as big of a deal. I think this is more of a mobile issue. We have kind of an odd size here, 253.4. I'm just not sure that that really matters because everything's lining up and there isn't anything in the header that would cause it to really shift. We go to mobile before that navigation has time to wrap, and nothing else size-wise is dynamic. So it's really, here we have 112, and then once we get down to about here, I think about 400, I'm sure we have a media query in here for 400 pixels. This word ocean has a dynamic sizing. So I'm thinking let's just make the header on mobile, let's just define the height. Right now it's 112. Let's just define it as 100 and call it good. Let's see here. So here's the media query for the header. So if I make this height 100 pixels. Let's see, it's probably, here's the mobile off canvas. Here is the search drawer. So here's the position based on the height of the header for desktop for the search drawer. And then here's the position for the height of the header for mobile. So I'll just change this to 100. I'll change this to 100. And then, you know what else I want to do? I don't love this opacity on the navigation, on the drawer, the search drawer, or the off-canvas drawer. I really don't like that transition, and so I'm wondering if we even need it. So let's just try it without it and see how it looks. And see if we can just use visibility and right instead of the opacity, because stop, IntelliSense, stop. I just don't like it. Oh, 100 times better. So much better. I really did not like that opacity transition. Really did not like it. So much better. See how this looks. Yeah. Same with this. I really didn't like that. Good. Good, good, good. Oh, and now we have the height of our header nice and consistent. We might have to adjust some of the spacing. Yeah, I mean, I think we have, isn't the header display flex? That the top header, here's the search drawer, the main nav, the offcast. So this is display flex. So you can see here we have a lot of padding, but we don't need this padding if we're using Flexbox. So the top header this does not have Flexbox. I mean, it feels kind of imprecise to me. You know what I wish? I wish there was an auto. Yeah, that doesn't work. I knew that wasn't going to work. A girl can dream. Maybe if we just, you know what we could do? I mean, I just don't like using padding to like align things. To me, you add padding because you have a specific amount of padding around your element. You don't really add padding to achieve a height. We're defining a height. So I don't know why I need the padding there, but I still need it to be aligned correctly. So I think, so let's do this. We'll do display block for desktop. And then for mobile, we can say display flex. And we'll say, well, I don't really care about justify content. Well, maybe we care about justify content. Justify content, center, align items. Center. Oh, well, so it worked. Let's do space between. Oh, so we need this to be, well, yeah, I guess this is, okay, no, this is working. So we want it to be center. We want this to be center. And then we want this flex container. We do want this, though, to be justify content space between, which I bet I took out. Flex container. No, I do have space between. So here's our header. Yep, that's space between. Oh, maybe we just have to say, no, it says with 100%. And then we have the social navs being hidden. We have the main logo. And we have the top right. Space between. Is it just that these, I bet, do these just need a width? That might be it. Yeah, you see how nothing is easy, is it? Nothing's simple. Nothing is straightforward. And if you're an overthinker like I am, that doesn't help. So that is display none. Then we have that. Then we have that. So main logo and top right. And then we have the social nav top left, which is display none. So let's take out, so we've got flex flow. We don't need the padding. We don't need this. Yeah, we don't need that padding either, do we? So we actually should just do padding 0. Because Flexbox will align it for us. There we go. There we go. And then the height of the header is 100. Yeah, so the justify content, I think it's because it shouldn't matter if you have a defined width on something. Justify content should still work. Is it because this don't know. It should be pushing those things to the edge. Is it because this is not width 100%? Yes, that was it. Okay, I knew I'd figure it out eventually. Okay, so top header needs to be, I think just on mobile, width 100%. That means then that justify content, if we're not going to do any padding, although we could technically, instead of adding padding on the top and bottom, we could just do it on the left and right. So let's try this. Yeah, that looks exactly the way I want it to. Okay, so the header just for mobile is display flex and does not rely on padding or margin for sizing. Top header, social nav is hidden on mobile, but top header, the container is also display flex, and you can do that. You can have a child, a parent and a child that are both treated as a container and a child. So top header is one of those things, right? Header is a container, top header is a container, top header is also a child of a container. That's totally fine. It's totally fine to do that. It's a smart approach, I think. So, and then we do justify content space between, which is the default value for the media, the SAS include that we wrote, and then we just use a little bit of padding on the left and right to keep it from actually smushing up against the edge. I love it. So now let's see it actually. Oh, so here's where it gets a little off. And the reason for that is because the is a span that is absolutely positioned. So you can see here that it is still positioned correctly. It's just the gets smooshed off to the side. So let's adjust that. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. I'm happy with this. There we go. So that just pulls it in a little bit. Because as the word ocean is dynamically sized, it gets a little smaller, and the needs to be adjusted. Just there it is. Do you see that little adjustment there where it just like scooches it off to the left a little bit? Yeah. We might even want to change the font size. So I think the font size right now is 1 rem. Maybe if we change the size down to 0.85 rems, that'll help. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks great. That looks great. And look, we get down, look how far we get down. 225, 220. Nice. Nice. I like it. Okay, so let's add these. Header 92. I like it. So I'm going to change this to 0.5 rems, and then we'll say font size 0.85 rems. Yeah, super clean, nice and tidy, just the way I like it. Okay, so here's what we need to do next. When this drawer opens and these two icons are hidden, the timing is off here. So let's see what's going on. So I think our buttons are right here. So first, let's see. So the one that's slow is the menu. Button search active plus button menu visibility hidden. So there's the visibility here. I think there must be a timing. Where's the timing for that? That is header 32. So here's the style for that. One moment. All right. So, let's just check every place that we've got visibility. So here's visibility. Search drawer. So the search drawer active visibility does transition. We can take out this opacity because we're not using this anymore. I'm going to take out that opacity. So here's another transition. See, these are all in different containers in different spots. So I'm not sure why that's impacting that, unless maybe I'm just not, unless I'm going down the wrong path here. I'm not really sure. This is like a button issue. Where's my other buttons? So here's my main button styles, but there's nothing here that like indicates any kind of functionality. What about in my forms? So here's here's a subscribe button, but we're not using that class. Here's the submit button, but again, we're not using that class. I don't think we have anything here. So I'm just not. So when I close the drawer, so when button search active, we have to take this inline style off the body too. That's annoying. The ChatGPT kept doing that. So when active comes off of the search drawer and the button, both of these are visible again. You know, maybe we should just display none instead of visibility hidden. Is that going to screw up the layout though? Let's try it. That might screw up the layout. It might push everything over. Oh no. Yeah, the transition was impacting that, but I can't figure out why because unless it just has something to do with the active class, but I'm being pretty specific about where I'm using those active classes. We have button search active, and then a sibling selector, button search active plus button menu, visibility hidden. So here is it is it because of this? I have all here. So if the button menu has active, maybe it has something to do with this. So if we just I don't know why that it doesn't have to be all. We could just do transform, but I think that still would make it do it. No, because I'm defining visibility. Clearly display none works and I should accept that, but I feel annoyed that I don't understand where this transition's coming from. That was it. That was it. It was this transition. I had all. So when button menu got the active class, it was grabbing the visibility and it was transforming at 350 milliseconds, slowing it down. That's the reason that did it. Okay. And now you know. And now you know. So that's why it is a good idea to define exactly what you're transitioning. But if you're transitioning a lot of stuff, I'm also kind of just like, it's okay to say like all, but I guess that's a consequence of saying all and not being more specific. Yeah, I like this. I think that works. This is an excellent refinement. I consider this a very good refinement of this header. Everything is lined up in a way that feels super clean. Look how small we can get down here, and that header is still supported. I love the functionality of, I do think it's good to not show that button if the drawer is open and you can just X out. Let's in our main.js here, we do not need this inline style. ChatGPT, when I had ChatGPT help me with this yesterday, it was putting this inline style on the body, and I even said at one point, I am toggling an active class on the body. Please stop putting in an inline style. That's what the active class is for. And it just kept doing it. So, I don't know. Yeah, we don't need this here. This is what the active class is for. Stop. Stop. So let's do this again. Make sure. There we go. And this active class is important because when the body is active, I have overflow hidden in my CSS. And that's so you can't scroll in the background. You can't scroll in the background. Now, that's not as impactful when the search drawer is open. Although if you could scroll in the background, you could scroll up and you could scroll past. So if here's my class right here. If I take that off, now you can scroll up. Now you can scroll up. So we want to make sure that you can't scroll in the background. And same with same with the navigation. So when this is open, you can't scroll in the background. This is more impactful on mobile because the drawer itself does scroll. So we can't scroll in that background. So I think this is just looking really great. I'm really pleased with this. Yeah. Boy, sometimes things just get messy. Things just get messy and then they get good. Then they get good again, right? I'm really happy with this header. Really happy with this header. I get really excited building stuff like this and then putting it on GitHub. I don't know. It just feels so good to put out work that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm contributing to this open source community. All right. So next, we're at about 47 minutes. Let's go ahead and do our click event on this. So this is a button right here. So technically, this is supposed to be a drop down. You can see it here. But it's not a form. It's not a form. So we shouldn't be using form elements if it's not actually a form and you're not actually submitting data. So instead, this is a button. We'll do a click event for the button, and then we'll show the drop-down menu. And we have everything styled already. So clicking the button will show the menu, and then you can see here that these are just links. This is an unordered list with a set of links. You click on a link and then you go to the link. So we just need to do a click event for this drop-down menu to add an active class. So let's do this. I think we can just do drop down dash button, drop down dash menu. Okay, let's go down here. Drop button. Drop menu. Yeah, I guess that's it. So we want drop yeah. I don't think we need to do a for each though. Actually, yeah, we don't need to do a for each. Drop button, add event listener. Yeah, that's all we need to do is we just need to toggle and then add the menu. Drop down button, drop down menu. Did I get that wrong? Drop down button, drop down menu, drop down button, add event listener, click, drop menu, class list, toggle, active. Query selector. That's why. It's looking for an array. There we go. That works. Beautiful. So it doesn't even need to really function like a select because these are all links, and you would choose lifestyle that would go to that link and you would go to a completely new page. So this doesn't need to populate or function like an actual select. So this is fine, just the way it is. Okay, good. What else do we need to do? Let's go ahead and deploy again and look at mobile. Look at our most recent changes on mobile, and then we'll go over to Firefox and make sure things are working. Git status, git commits, refining, let me see here, refining the header styles and click for drop down in sidebar. Wait a second. What did I do here? Oh, I don't think I added anything. Forgot to add. Hit add. There we go. All right, we'll let that deploy. And then let's take a look at Firefox again and make sure things are looking okay here. So let's check our click event here. Beautiful. And then let's check this. Yeah, it looks really good. So the focus is doing what it should here. That's good. Yeah, this just makes me so happy. This makes me very happy that this is working so well. All right. So here's our deployed code on Heroku. Well, let's let's just start fresh. So our search is getting focus. And desktop, we can go forward, we can go backward. I don't have the logo wrapped in an anchor element, so it's not getting focused. We just need to spend like one entire session going through and fixing my markup. That is like the thing that I didn't do, and I don't know why. I'm not sure why. So let's go now to mobile. And again, everything is getting focus. Our focus is trapped inside. We can go forward. Our input is getting focus. Oh, and see there, it's not There it didn't get vote, and I didn't touch anything. I didn't click out. Here are my hands. I didn't click out. So that's interesting. But we do still have focus inside the drawer, so that's good. Yeah. I'm gonna have to... Huh. I don't know why. That is a little bit of a mystery, but it is working. I mean, it's like the only thing that's just not quite working as expected. Everything else is working really well. So let's go to our phone. You could see there that the header shifted a little bit. It looks really good. It looks nice and balanced. So here's our search drawer. So yeah, you would definitely have to click inside. Here's our navigation. Not able to scroll on the background. I love it. And let's check and see. Our click event on the categories. Yep, that is working. Look at that footer. So cute. Such a cute little footer. All right. Yeah, I'm super happy with this. Super happy with this. I know there's more to do. There's always more to do. I think this is where I'm gonna call it for today. We streamed for 3 hours yesterday, so I think I'm just gonna stop after an hour today. I'm pleased with what we got done here. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. I'm pleased with what we got done here for today. So next weekend we need to add in our anchor elements. Yeah, we need to add in the anchor elements, which are primarily going to be the logo and these 3 items in the header. I would also like to put a zoom transition on hover, and then just make some additional refinements to mobile. And then we can get started working on the inner pages. So we should definitely be able to start the inner pages next weekend. We have this page, which I'm looking, which is I think this page is a bit odd because I don't understand what this white space is for over here on the left. My thought is that maybe this is sticky. So on scroll, this item on the left is sticky, and then the items on the right are kind of a masonry effect. I like masonry. It's not well supported. It's not really supported at all in the spec. Anything you do to sort of achieve a masonry layout is a little bit of a... I'm just going to use the word hack, because I think anything that creates a little bit of technical debt in terms of how you position things and how you style things, that's how I define a hack. And masonry, when you're trying to achieve masonry, that's kind of what that is. So I think we should start building this page first. That's what I would like to do. And then we are going to work on these inner pages, and I'm going to style everything. I'm going to style comments, related posts, everything, but look at everything that's done. The sidebar is done, the header's done, the footer's done. We're going to build a slider. I've never made a slider from scratch before, but it is not rocket science, and it's something that I really want to do. And I'm going to try to avoid not using ChatGPT to do it because I don't think it's necessary. I literally think that you build an array, you for each through the array, and then you do a click event to either go forward or go backward. So we're going to build a slider from scratch. I think that's going to be super fun. What other pages do we have here? Here's another page with a full-size banner. Maybe we could go ahead and do a video banner. That might be kind of fun. We did that a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago we did that. So we could do a video banner. We've got some just more straightforward generic pages. Here's another page with a contact form. Maybe on the page with the contact form, we could go ahead and embed a Google map. That's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so I think it'll be another couple of weeks we'll be working on getting these inner pages built. But this is going to be a really nice little site to put out into the front end development universe. So thank you everybody for hanging out with me today. I know this was a short one, but we got a lot of good stuff done here. Hope you all are staying warm and safe. I live in Minnesota and it is very cold here. We happen to be having a clear, dry, sunny day, which is amazing, but it's really dangerously cold. So we can't spend a lot of time outside. Hope you guys are all staying safe wherever you are. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye-bye.